pineapple bourbon, pork belly burnt ends. Cubing up our pork belly, then we're going to use yellow mustard as a binder and season them with Maui Wowie rub. On the smoker at 225 for 3 hours. Next, we're going to combine pineapple juice, soy sauce, and Buffalo Trace bourbon for a spritz every hour. We're going to make a homemade pineapple bourbon barbecue sauce. The ingredients will be in the description below. Once we have all the ingredients combined, we're going to simmer it down until it thickens up. Time to do a flambe to make some bold, rich flavor. Pulling them off the smoker, we're going to add in some butter, brown sugar, and wrap them for 45 minutes. Sauce them up the last 15 minutes, and you have some delicious. This grilled cheese isn't just for kids. We're using some leftover brisket. Let's start off by slicing up some onions. We're gonna cook them for 15 minutes in the pan, get them nice and caramelized using some beer. Time to chop up our leftover brisket and add mayo to the sourdough bread. We're using Marble Jack, Swiss, and provolone cheese today. Toss in some truff hot sauce, flip it over, get each side nice and crispy. Then you have the perfect sandwich because we all know smoked, then deep fried, spicy Parmesan garlic wings. Hit the wings with the Polynesian sauce binder, add in some salt, pepper, garlic, and cornstarch to help crisp up that skin. Time to fire up the Nomad. We're gonna smoke with applewood chips today at 250 for 40 minutes. In a bowl, add in your parsley, Parmesan cheese, crushed red pepper, salt and pepper, and roasted garlic. Once the wings are nice and smoky, we're gonna throw them in the fryer for 4 minutes at 350. Put your wings in a bowl, get them nice and coated with our mixture. Now it's time to smash these delicious cherry chipotle smoked and fried chicken thighs. First, we're gonna season up the chicken thighs, then we're gonna throw them on the Traeger at 225 for 45 minutes until they reach an internal temp of 140. In the deep fryer at 375 for 5 minutes, and you have some crispy, juicy, smoked then deep fried maple bacon sriracha wings. Start by cutting up your wings, get them in a bowl and use bacon fat as the binder. Season up your wings with salt, pepper, garlic, smoked maple sriracha, and cornstarch. We're smoking them at 225 for 40 minutes in the P10 Bradley smoker. In a saucepan, cook down butter, maple syrup, and sriracha. Time to pull off the wings and deep fry them at 350 for 4 minutes until they're crispy like this. Add in your cooked down sauce to the wings and mix them up good. Time to top those wings with your chopped bacon. Now you have some super delicious barbecue pulled pork egg rolls. First, we're gonna get our butt roast ready. We're gonna use yellow mustard as a binder and season it with salt, pepper, garlic, and your favorite barbecue rub. Time to fire up our P10 Bradley smoker. We're rolling today at 250 for 8 hours. Once that internal temp hits 205, it shreds like butter. Next, we're getting our egg rolls ready by adding pulled pork, diced jalapenos, Gouda cheese, and coleslaw. Wrap up and seal off all sides on the egg roll. Then we're gonna deep fry it at 350 for 4 minutes until it's nice and crispy like this. Slice on in, dip it in your favorite barbecue sauce. Then you have some super easy chicken Parmesan Juicy Lucy. First, we're gonna add some pork panko, Parmesan cheese, and some seasonings in a bowl. Get our patty made out of ground chicken. And then we're going to add our mozzarella cheese. Make sure your patty is put together where there's no holes in the side so the cheese doesn't ooze out. Form it, get an egg, do our egg wash here. Dip it in the pork panko breading, get it nice and coated on there. In the deep fryer for 8 minutes at 350. Comes out looking nice and crispy like this. We're gonna add our ciabatta, marinara sauce, fresh basil, more marinara sauce on top, and you've got yourself a delicious.
What is meat juice? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not blood. People seem to think it's blood, which is funny because you've seen blood. Is blood pink? Is blood translucent? No, not unless you're a Klingon in Star Trek VI and only Star Trek VI. No, blood is opaque and it's bright red. It doesn't look like this. This is not blood. This is water that's filled with myoglobin, which is a protein that transports oxygen to muscle tissue. Blood doesn't run through muscle.
Poor man's burnt ends. First, we're gonna cube up our chuck roast. We're using Polynesian sauce as a binder. Then we're gonna heavily season the cubes. Time to fire up the Nomad using their charcoal. We're gonna smoke with hickory at 250 for 4 hours and spritz every hour. Time to wrap them up for 45 minutes using beef tallow and barbecue sauce. Now we get to feast on these delicious
Even if you don't feel that comfortable in the kitchen, you can still surprise someone or yourself with this super delish and juicy chicken. First, grind 2 tablespoons of pistachio. You will then place the pistachio and the sesame seeds in 2 separate plates and bread the chicken on just one side. I'm showing you 2 different versions, but you can pick just one of them according to your taste or your budget, because pistachios are freaking expensive. Melt a knob of butter in a pan, and when it starts foaming up, sear the chicken for 5 minutes on each side. Place it in a casserole, pour the butter on top, then salt it and place it in the oven at 120 degrees Celsius or 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. As easy as this recipe is, it will surprise you, and that's the beauty of it. Buon appetito!